Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we are looking at 5 things you still didn't know were a thing in New Horizons, the Plant Edition. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So we have now passed the 5-month mark since the launch of New Horizons, which is just crazy when you think about it. The community surrounding the game is constantly growing, with recent reports showing New Horizons is selling close to 50,000 physical copies in Japan alone per week, putting New Horizons at the game chart's #1 spot as of last week. Of course, the worldwide sales make New Horizons the second best-selling Switch game of all time, with it sitting just behind Mario Kart for now. Anyway, this is great news for the community because it means new players are joining in every day, some of which are only now experiencing Animal Crossing for the very first time, so that's really awesome. Anyway, with this in mind, I thought it'd be fun to go over 5 things that you probably didn't know were a thing in New Horizons, this time focusing around tips and tricks for plants and trees. Of course, it's impossible to highlight secrets and tips and tricks and things like that every single player doesn't know, since we all play differently, but hopefully even the experienced players discover something new. So please leave a like on the video, it helps out so much, and let's get into it. Number 1. Stunting a tree. So as you know, our islands are full of different types of trees, including hardwood trees, cedar trees, and of course, coconut trees. These all play a huge part in how our islands look, and are sometimes key features when developing our islands and designing new areas and layouts. Now, all trees have 5 growth stages, including nursery, small, medium, large, and of course fully grown. Usually trees grow to the next stage as each new day passes, giving you a fully grown adult tree by day 5. Of course, including fully grown trees in some areas of our islands isn't always ideal, but it turns out it is possible to stunt a tree's growth and keep it at a certain size for as long as you like. And it's super easy to do. As you can see here, I have a small tree to the left and a medium tree to the right amongst others. These are the first 2 stages after planting a sapling that you'll see on days 2 and 3 respectively. Anyway, should you want to keep these trees at this adorable stage and have them tiny for some time, all you have to do is plant a piece of fruit right next to the tree, creating a fruit sapling. The best place to plant it is directly behind the tree because it keeps the sapling out of view. Furthermore, you can still walk right through saplings as if they aren't even there. For some reason this only works with fruit saplings, but planting one directly next to any other tree will stunt its growth, and neither the tree or the fruit sapling will grow any further until the sapling is removed. It's a pretty neat trick and hopefully helps some of you out. But what do you think about this trick? Do you know about this already, or do you have any other ways to stunt a tree? Let us know in the comments below. Number 2. Coconut trees on land. Now, coconut trees are pretty unique in the Animal Crossing universe as they only grow on beaches. In New Horizons, you'll stumble across these trees first on island tours, but you can easily dig them up and bring them back for your beaches, or take some coconuts and plant your own. Anyway, you'll probably have already seen on some popular dream islands that many people create tropical areas inland and actually have coconut trees all over their islands away from beaches. Well, it seems there's a nice little trick that lets you do this. As many of you already know, if you go to plant a coconut tree on the grass away from the beach, the game doesn't let you. But if you use the Island Designer app on the Nook phone to do some construction work, you can lay some sand using the Sand Path tool. Doing this lets you place sand anywhere you like, and even on a single tile of sand you can dig a hole and plant a coconut tree. It's pretty awesome, and the coconut trees will grow as normal. You can use this technique to make a mini tropical island, or simply add some coconut trees a bit further inland. Number 3. Rare mushrooms. So moving away from trees, it seems there's more to mushrooms than meets the eye. As you know, mushrooms are a thing in New Horizons and they grow later during the autumn season. Some of the mushrooms you'll come across include skinny, flat, round, elegant, and finally rare. Of course, players in the Southern Hemisphere saw these as far back as May, but the Northern Hemisphere are only a few days away from autumn, so in about a month's time we will see mushrooms for the first time. Now, despite mushrooms spawning and growing randomly much like anything else in the game, it turns out the chances of particular mushrooms spawning depends on your island's rating. So other than growing the famous lily of the valley, which only spawns on 5-star islands, it seems there is a reason to have higher island ratings after all. For example, on a 3-star island, a rare mushroom only has a 1% chance of spawning. That's almost the same as finding a pearl when you're diving for deep sea creatures, so it gives you an idea of how rare they are. However, if your island has a 5-star rating, the chances of finding one of these rare mushrooms increases from 1% to 10%, giving you a significantly higher chance of tracking one down. Of course, the mushroom season brings with it new DIY recipes for mushroom furniture, and some of the items require these mushrooms to craft, so just bear that in mind. Number 4. Beach flowers. Now, similar to the trees we mentioned earlier, the flowers that can be found in New Horizons also grow in stages. However, unlike many of the trees, they can actually be planted on the beaches too, which is great for designing seaside cafes or any other nice little areas by the beach covered in flowers. Now, it turns out when you plant flowers on the beach, they're naturally stunted and won't grow further than its current stage, which is cool because some of the flower stages are far more desirable than the actual flowers themselves. So this is more of a tip than anything else, but if you move flowers or plant new ones on the beach, they'll stay the way they look. Personally, my favourite is planting cosmos flowers, as they actually look like little bits of seaweed or coral and look like they're supposed to be there. And given the nature of the sand, these will stay looking that way until you remove them, which will make any developed beach area look even cooler. But what do you think? Do you already use flowers on your beaches, or will this trick help you out? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Stop flowers spreading. Now, the flowers on our islands are really nice to look at and again are a key part of how our islands look. But even new players that have been playing New Horizons for a few weeks will probably know flowers can soon become uncontrollable if left unattended and will inevitably spread everywhere, filling up your island. Which is great until, like me, you want to completely redesign your island and have to spend 2 days digging them all up. Flowers spread at significant rates when watered, so this was especially an issue in the Northern Hemisphere during June or July I think it was, where it rained constantly. Anyway, there is a simple trick you can do to stop the spread of flowers. If you take any patch of flowers you like, but you don't want to keep removing new ones that grow, all you have to do is surround the flowers with invisible patterns. This will contain the flowers, stop the patch from spreading, and means you can worry about the rest of your island instead of monitoring flowers. A good tip for laying these invisible patterns is to first drop a design that you can see, and once all the patterns are in place, simply redesign the pattern to make it invisible. This will update all the patterns you've just laid, and you won't have any random flowers growing anymore. This is also a good technique for stopping fossils spawning in certain locations like rock gardens and places like that. And there we have it, that was 5 details about plants that you may not have known were a thing in Animal Crossing New Horizons. But what do you think? Did you know all of these? And do you have any other tips or tricks that you've discovered that we need to know? Anyway, for now, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any New Horizons news. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters, as well as this channel's members. You guys absolutely rock and truly help me upload as regularly as I do. I couldn't do it without you. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too, and of course, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment trees, just to let me know you did. That would be super awesome. And please be sure to include if you have any stunted trees or flowers on your island and what areas you're currently working on. I'd love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay safe and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.